Coming up on the Hilton Head News, it's hurricane season, so just how well prepared are you? We'll talk with Emergency Management Director Tom Dunn. Also ahead, the full moon means fun for everyone on Caligny Beach. We'll take you there. Stand by, the Hilton Head News is next. Welcome to the Hilton Head News. I'm Allie McNair. Mobile methamphetamine labs are a huge problem in South Carolina. That's according to one state law enforcement official who was recently quoted in the Post and Courier. Methamphetamine, or meth, is made with pseudoephedrine or ephedrine, an ingredient used in cold remedies. When combined with other ingredients to make meth, the concoction is extremely volatile. In South Carolina last year, the state law enforcement division shut down 538 meth labs. That's more than double the number, 267, that were shut down in 2011. Back in 2007, authorities shut down 26 labs. State Senator Mike Fair of Greenville has tried to advance legislation that would require a prescription for the purchase of cold medications that contain that key ingredient used to make meth. So far, he has been unsuccessful. Well, if you think we've been having more rain than usual, you're right. The Island Packet quotes a National Weather Service meteorologist who says 7.34 inches of rain have fallen at the Savannah Hilton Head International Airport since July 1st. That's twice the normal average at 3.61 inches. Elsewhere around the state, heavy rains on Sunday created flash flooding problems in parts of Columbia. In downtown Charleston, more than 2 inches of rain fell in 1 hour. Emergency officials had to use an inflatable boat to rescue a woman trapped in her car on a flooded street. In just a few minutes, we'll talk with Hilton Head Island Emergency Management Coordinator Tom Dunn and ask him if our already saturated ground would mean additional flooding problems should a tropical storm or hurricane hit the island. He'll also remind us what we need to do to be prepared in the event of a hurricane. Well, last week, members of the Sunset Rotary Club on Hilton Head Island had the chance to speak with their representative in our nation's capital. Congressman Mark Sanford made a stop at the club's weekly meeting place, the Yacht Club of Hilton Head.
I think that if you're going to try and represent a piece of geography in the United States Congress, it's important that you go out and you listen to folks on where people are coming from in the low country of South Carolina. And so there's no particular formality or science to moving around and just talking to folks, but it gives me a chance to listen, whether in front of this civic group or a whole lot of others like it. And then there are a lot of sort of impromptu visits that come up in between, wherein you can go out, get a sense of what people are talking about at the business place, at the home front, around the kitchen table with friends. All those perspectives, I think, are vital to trying to represent, I think, the Low Country's viewpoint in Washington, D.C.
The new Kroger at Shelter Cove is scheduled to open in December of this year, and already representatives from the company were on Hilton Head Island last week to look for employees. The company hosted a job fair Wednesday at the Hampton Inn. Store manager Shane Smith says turnout was great.
We've had a multitude of applicants come in today, some that's been employed, some that have not been employed, and we look really forward to being able to highlight both capacities of folks and get them into that realm and actually employ the ones who currently are looking for employment to help with the unemployment rate, and also capitalize on the current talent we have out there and bring them onto our team.
Shane Smith says Kroger will employ 200 to 300 people. Now here's a look at what's happening around the state. Defense Department employees are still processing the news that Defense Secretary Chuck Hagel delivered to them last week at Joint Base Charleston. Hagel said that furloughs will most likely continue next year for the military civilian Air Force. Hagel added that future layoffs are also possible for the department's civilian workforce of more than 800,000 employees if Congress fails to stem the cuts in the next budget year, and that starts on October 1st. Well, 2 children have died in a house fire in Dacusville, South Carolina. It happened early Sunday morning. Authorities say the victims were 7-year-old Timothy Graham and 4-year-old Devin Graham. The children's mother and another 2-year-old child survived. They're being treated at a burn center in Augusta, Georgia. Pickens County deputies are investigating the cause of that fire, but initial reports indicate it was accidental. A 36-year-old man is facing charges in connection with a hit-and-run accident in Fountain Inn that killed a 75-year-old woman riding on a golf cart. Authorities say Janice Patterson died and 3 other people on that cart were hurt in a collision Friday evening. Patterson was from Tennessee and visiting family in South Carolina. Police say they arrested James Bloodworth II at his home. He faces multiple charges in connection with that incident. Well, still ahead on the Hilton Head News, the New York Times gives a nod to Hilton Head Island. We'll find out from Charlie Clark what national media attention does in terms of bringing tourism to the island. Also ahead, we'll get some news on real estate from BJ Frazier of the Hilton Head Sun. Stay right there. We'll be back.
I'm here at the top of the Harbortown Lighthouse with Nadia Wagner. She's the lighthouse keeper. Nadia, this is a Hilton Head icon, but many people don't realize it's so much more.
It is, Debbie. The view is so thrilling. Many people don't realize you can climb to the top. We've had many marriage proposals, even weddings. You can shop at the top for gifts you won't find anywhere else and wave to friends and family on our live webcam. It's the high point of the Low Country.
You do not want to miss this view. What's the admission cost, Nadia?
It's only $375 per person, and kids 5 and under are free.
Make this a must-see while you're here on Hilton Head. Thanks, Nadia.
Thank you. See you soon.
BJ Frazier joins me now from the Hilton Head News with Hot Off the Press. Hi, BJ.
Hi, Allie.
Let's talk first about real estate in the area. You have some good news where that's concerned, don't you?
Yes, although sales were flat in the Hilton Head market, which includes Bluffton, for the month of June, the good news is that prices, the median price for a single-family home has gone up by 10% to $252,000. That's great news. That means people are going to start, thinking about putting their homes on the market. And then we have declining number of days on the market, reduced inventory, low interest rates. This is almost turning into a seller's market. So if you're thinking about buying a home, don't wait too much longer.
In the area of good news, Volunteers in Medicine has a new leader at the helm, right?
Yes, they do. Dr. Raymond Cox is the new executive director, and he was formerly the chief medical officer at the Providence Hospital in Washington, D.C. And, he says, and other members of the VIM, Volunteers in Medicine, say that even though we're going to have the affordable health care coming online, and supposedly there's going to be all sorts of reforms to take care of everybody, thousands in our area are probably still going to fall through the cracks. So, and I certainly agree, it remains an extremely viable operation to have and a very humanistic endeavor to do, and Dr. Cox is just the guy to run it.
Now, let's talk about Sea Pines and that proposed beach club, that I believe $10 million is it. What are the latest developments there?
Well, and again, we've reported on this before, but the interesting development is that the group of 28 residents brought a suit saying, or an appeal rather, saying that there should be at least 200 parking spaces, and the resort has hired a Charleston law firm. They're saying, wait a minute, the woman, Sue Emke, who actually brought that appeal, doesn't live within 350 feet of the beach club. Therefore, she's not qualified to bring the suit because she's not aggrieved. So interesting. We'll see where that goes. August 26th is the hearing on this appeal.
As always, BJ Frazier of the Hilton Head Sun, we appreciate your time here on the Hilton Head News. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Allie.
Charlie Clark, Vice President of Communications for the Hilton Head Island-Bluffton Chamber of Commerce, joins me on the Hilton Head News. Hi, Charlie.
Hi, Allie.
Hey, talked to my dad on the phone who lives up in New England, and he said, hey, Allie, I'm saving this New York Times article on Hilton Head for you. I also saw coverage of the fact that we were mentioned in New York Times. Tell me about what was said.
That is a great piece for Hilton Head Island for this destination. The New York Times is a very trusted source in travel, and there's a column that they do that's pretty well known and well recognized called 36 Hours In, where they profile a destination around the world. Could be anywhere in the world for 36 hours, and what the reporter encourages those who choose to visit to do, to see, to experience while they're there. And Hilton Head Island was the choice for this Sunday's New York Times, which is a great coup for us from a public relations perspective, and great exposure for the destination.
Do we have any idea, Charlie, when we get national media attention like this, the island, what that means in terms of travelers or tourists coming to the area?
Absolutely. What we do know, for example, the New York Times article that you're talking about here, Allie, 1.8 million readers, and that's just in their print copy every day. That doesn't count their online, which is even higher. So that type of exposure in one of our top markets is a great travel influencer, and it's information like this that is an influencer in many cases, much more so than an advertisement or something you're saying. This is a trusted source in travel. So when it comes to influencing travels to get here, editorial coverage is one of the best ways to do that, and that's something we work at diligently each and every day.
Now, you say you work at it diligently. Some of us might assume, oh, just by happenstance this person or reporter came to Hilton Head Island and said, I'm going to write about it, but you have to court media attention, do you not, in a sense?
Absolutely. It's a very, very competitive field. As you can imagine, there are many, many destinations around the world vying for attention, and articles such as 36 Hours, when it comes to being named the #1 beach town in Parents Magazine, whatever it may be. There were over 500 stories and mentions about Hilton Head Island as a destination, as well as other areas of the Low Country. We actually translate that into viewers. How many people does that mean checked out Hilton Head Island, and what it means in an ad value, which is in the millions. If we had to go out and purchase those types of ads, it would cost us over $4 million to do so. And as you know, real estate, such as the full page in the New York Times, is pretty expensive real estate when it comes to paid ad. This is earned media, so it's a whole different ballgame, Allie.
And now, when we look at visitors to Hilton Head Island, some become residents. Do we know, what type of reach this kind of exposure has in garnering future residents?
Absolutely. We've done a lot of research when it comes to second home ownership on Hilton Head, and we know that it takes anywhere from 5 to 7 visits before somebody says, hey, makes the connection, this might be a great place to live. That's what our research is telling us. So anytime that you can get repeat visitation, and Hilton Head Island does have one of the highest repeat rates in travel, that's great news, not just for the tourism industry, but for real estate as well. That's how so many of our buyers here for real estate become acquainted with Hilton Head, is through their vacation. So stories like this and others that happen throughout the year help push that into the real estate market as well.
Well, it's some great news for Hilton Head Island. Charlie Clark, Vice President of Communications with the Hilton Head Island-Bluffton Chamber of Commerce. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Allie.
And when we return, we'll talk with Emergency Management Coordinator Tom Dunn about being prepared for a hurricane or tropical storm that we hope will never come. Stay right there.
The Westin Hilton Head Island Resort and Spa is celebrating its grand renewal. Relax and unwind at the totally renovated resort featuring new pools, lush gardens and courtyards, guest rooms, ballroom, main lobby conservatory, and more. Enjoy family fun on the beach, improve your game with unparalleled golf, indulge your senses with newly inspired low country cuisine in our refreshed restaurants including Oceanfront View 32 and Barony Bar, and rejuvenate at the Heavenly Spa. Stay for a night, a weekend, or more at the Westin Hilton Head Island Resort and Spa. Be well, be Westin.
We are in the midst of hurricane season, and here to talk about what we all need to be doing or thinking about, Tom Dunn. He's the Emergency Management Coordinator of Hilton Head Island. Hi, Tom.
Hello.
First things first, we live here, we're in that path of a potential hurricane or tropical storm. What's step one?
Well, step one is to have a plan, to develop that hurricane plan and your evacuation plan.
And what do we need to think about when we're making that plan?
Well, the first thing you need to think about with the plan is to evaluate your current situation. Are you a family of 4, a single person? Look at your current situation and determine what your needs are is the place to start. And then once you determine your needs, then you start putting your kit together. What are the things that you have to have when you travel? Your medications and critical documents.
So that would be called then an emergency kit. So anything that's absolutely necessary to go along with me, with my family, I need to have that all ready to go.
Exactly. You want to do that now. You don't want to be fumbling around your house trying to put everything together when it's time to evacuate, because you're going to forget something that's critical.
Now, as far as evacuation goes, would we get that word from the governor? Would you, as emergency management coordinator, get the word out? How does that work, and who makes the decision?
Ultimately, the evacuation order comes from the governor. Once that order is given, all levels of government will be pushing that information out. I'll be sending that out. Beaufort County will be sending the information out. So the information will go out on multiple streams.
And you mentioned you'll be sending that out. This is something I took advantage of, I think, when you were in last hurricane season, that people can go to the town website, right, and sign up so we can get notification from you should the need arise, right?
Absolutely. The town has got an e-subscription service. You can just go to the town's website and sign up for it, and it'll provide you either an email and or a text message on hurricane information.
So that way, that's just another vehicle for people to become aware if evacuation is necessary. Now, should I think ahead now before there's even a threat where I might go if I have to evacuate?
Absolutely. When it comes to evacuation, you want to have multiple places to go. Go ahead and decide now, if there's a hurricane and there's an evacuation, I'm going to go. Pick your spot, and have multiple spots in case one is not available or you can't get to that location.
Right, and when you say not get to it, I know you had told me in the past that you don't know what track that hurricane's going to take, so you may end up going south, north, east. Well, not east, we'd be in the water,
exactly.
Or west, right?
Exactly.
There is concern for people who don't have transportation, maybe people that are living in assisted living, senior housing, maybe disabled. What can they do if an evacuation occurs?
Sure. The town has a program in place that's a component of the larger Beaufort County evacuation plan. Palmetto Breeze is the primary evacuation provider for Beaufort County. They have a pickup point on Hilton Head at the Hilton Head Airport. In addition to that single point, we have 6 different locations on the island that town staff will be coming to pick folks up and bring them to the central point at the Hilton Head Airport.
That's great. And for more information, if someone's saying, gee, I really do need to start thinking about getting that personal plan going, knowing what I'll do if I have to evacuate, what do you recommend they do?
Sure. There's multiple resources out there. Ready.gov is a federal site. Beaufort County Emergency Management has multiple resources on their website. The town of Hilton Head has multiple resources on our site, including our hurricane evacuation guide that's in English and Spanish, available on our website, and then the hard copies are available at all the fire stations and town hall.
Well, Tom Dunn, Emergency Management Coordinator for the town of Hilton Head Island. You were here about a year ago, and you're back, so you've been with the town for almost a year. Happy anniversary, and thanks for your time.
Thank you.
And when we return, we're going to have some fun over at Coligny Beach, so stay right there.
Welcome to Brown Golf, where playing here has its rewards. Purchase a 20-round package of golf prior to May 1st, 2013, and receive a full day with yours truly. That's 18 holes of golf, 2-hour mini school, and lunch. To purchase that package, go to browngolfmanagement.com. That's browngolfmanagement.com. Now, let's go humble the golf course.
Hi there, I'm Nancy Watts. We tell people where to go, and today we're telling them to come to the full moon party at the Tiki Hut at the beach. What a great job you have got out here.
Thank you very much. I think we're having a great time. It's definitely a Brazilian flavor going on tonight at the Beach House Resort.
You know, they named it the Beach House, and you've had no trouble at all just filling this place up since you did all that remodeling.
Absolutely. What we've done is we put a lot of new furniture. We remodeled the inside Marker 59. We've upgraded the beach and, of course, the Tiki Hut. And you can't really do much to the Tiki Hut. It's such a landmark here at Hilton Head. It's such a beautiful bar. We bought it out about 2.5 months ago. We came from a resort down in the Keys, and we have about 10 hotels, and we're hoping to upgrade the whole resort, the whole atmosphere. And, of course, that's why we're doing the full moon parties. We do it once a month. Every month is a different theme, and tonight we're doing the theme of Brazil.
Allison Mull, Shell Ramos, Shane Smith. I'm the director of Samba Atlanta as well as the executive producer of Stella Entertainment.
Is this your first trip down?
It's not my first trip down, but it's our first trip here to the Beach House Resort, and it's just been awesome.
Well, please come back again. Everybody just fell in love with you, and you look magnificent.
Oh, thank you.
We have a bonfire behind here. Of course, we have the great band. It's called Sucker Punch Band. It's just amazing music, entertainment, and it's a huge crowd out here. You can't see behind us, but over here at the Tiki Hut, it's just, tons of people out there all dancing and having a great time.
Well, you're a part of that too, because the minute we got here, can we get you a seat? And of course, I didn't want to sit. I wanted to get out here and play.
You're asking me about my name. It is Fifth. I'm one of 11, but the fifth of 5 boys. And my dad drinks a lot, so what are you going to do, right?
Very creative.
You do have to get out here and party. We're going to have another one August 17th, a full moon party, and that's going to be Carnival. We're going to have a lot of circus acts, people juggling, and we'll have the stilts. We'll also have the silk performers as well. And then we're going to have our fire performers. It's a staple of our full moon parties. And they do the bolas and the poi balls, the fire juggling and the spitting. They also have the fire hula hoop, so it's an amazing party.
I had heard about that, and I'm really looking forward to it. And we don't care that there's a little spit of rain. That means nothing. It's like God's sweat.
Absolutely. I think it's so hot at this party that it's keeping the rain away. It's just kind of skirting us around, and it's yet to fall upon us. I think everybody's having too much fun to have it rain on us.
Did you come from Key West?
No, it's actually the middle keys. It's Duck Key, right in the middle, the center of the keys, a beautiful key. I'm actually from Montreal. I was born in the States, but my dad was a pilot, so we moved out and about. But I'm mostly from Montreal, so I'm French-Canadian.
Welcome to Hilton Head, and stay a long time.
It's hard to miss the rolling rollies on a black top. You better watch your turn. She's coming up for Rome, coming up for Rome, coming up for Rome behind her. Yeah, she's coming up for Rome, coming up for Rome, coming up. I'm the program manager here at WHHI-TV, and I've got to tell you, this is a great time down here at TV. We've got to check it out. Really impressive beach houses down here. They're fabulous. The party is fantastic. The dancers are great. Would you come with me? Can't close the door. This place ends. You got me shown. Don't look inside. Millions of cars. You might walk in there. Just close the door. Say once a month, every full moon. Come on down to Tiki Hut.
And I think everybody in the world is out there right now.
We've had a good time. We wish you were here. Back to you, Allie.
And that will do it for this edition of the Hilton Head News. I'm Allie McNair. Thanks for watching. We'll see you the next time.